Hi, my name is Brian Norton with the In-Data project at Easterseals Crossroads, and today we're going to be talking about the Freeform app, which is new to the iPhone and your iPad device. And so let's go ahead and take a look.
Hi, I'm Jim Rinehart. I'm an Assistive Technology Specialist here at Easterseals Crossroads, and today's tech tip is going to be about the Freeform app. This is an app that, according to Apple, they released in December of 2022. It's supported by iOS 16.2, iPad OS 16.2, or Mac OS Ventura 13.1 or newer. And what this app is really good for, it allows you to do some creativity. I think it'd be really good for like mind mapping, to put projects together and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to kind of give you a quick demonstration of it, a little bit of mind mapping or project putting together, and also just inserting some other objects and things like that. So from the home screen, I'm going to touch on the Freeform app, and it opens up in the upper right hand corner. There's a square with a pencil that will create a new one. And I will start out with putting in some basic shapes. So along the bottom there looks like a circle with a pencil on it. You can change the weight of it or the color, and I'll kind of pick green for this, and I'll draw a circle here and maybe another circle here and another circle here. Okay, so, and then I'm going to say I'm done. And then I'll go back and put some text on it. So the little box with the A is a little text box. It pops in like that. I can kind of click and move it around a little bit. And let's say, I'll double tap, and let's say this is going to be about making a pie. So I'm going to talk about pie here. And then I'll say I'm done. I'll find one of these other circles I made and put another text box up there, double tap, and let's say this is going to be our filling. And done. And then I will put another one down here. And we'll call that crust. Okay, so I'm kind of done with that part of it, but I like to draw lines, so I can either draw a line manually, something like this, make it a little darker color so you can see it a little better, or I can put in shapes, and we have some basic shapes here, and we have some lines that I could take this line and reposition it to go in something like that. Now, the other things you can put in there, you can put in some other shapes. We have some shapes here. We've got objects. Let's say we're going to serve it on a table. So we get the table and we drag it down like that, and we put it there, something like that. And then we want to put some other ideas in here. So I can put like a text box like this, double tap, pie project. And when I mistype, I can fix it. And I can move it around as well. And I can also resize it to the size I need. Okay, other things we can put in this project is we can use like photos of that we have maybe saved in our photo gallery. And so I can go to the photos and videos section like this. I got this really cool car that I saw at a car show, and I could put that in there like that, and be where we'd serve the pie might be at the car show. So when it's all said and done, I've got this kind of project here. Now that's kind of cool in one regard, but the other thing we can also do with this is that we can share this with others. So there is a share button. I click here, and I'm going to share this with myself. And I've got this untitled 4. Then I'm going to pie chart and then send it. And that will actually send it to my messages. And when I go into the messages, I can go back into that and I can actually edit it on another device, and that should show up right like here where I put in this hi for pi. And I put that on another device that I shared with myself, but you could share it for somebody else. And so you can have almost real-time collaboration going on with this Freeform app. So that's kind of it. It's a way to actually, create some mind mapping, some just collaboration with you and others. I hope you find it interesting and helpful, and I hope that you give it a try. Again, thank you so much for listening, and have a fantastic day.
Well, that's your tech tip for today. I want to say thank you to the Indiana Telephone Relay Access Corporation for sponsoring our captions today. My name is Brian Norton with the InData Project at Easterseals Crossroads in Indiana.